that snaps for losers, man. I don't get involved in that stuff, but.
And Rashad Milligan rolling out.
That's a good question.
Brandon,
Yeah,
you want one quick question?
we can't ask Rashad questions.
Hey, Rashad.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? You could be yourself. But in that same vein, Chelsea, I do want to ask you about this. I was talking to Stat Baby about this. Shout out Stat Baby, Treasure Wilson over there at It Is What It Is with Cam and Mace. I wanted to bring her on the channel eventually to speak about this again. I wanted to bring her back on the channel because she already been on. About in media, because, you know, you work in media and stuff like that. It's so many kids, right? So say like you grow up and it's either rap or go to the league, right? It's like that's how you make it as a black person, according to what you see on TV. Like for you, like you say, like the Missy Elliott's, the Lil Kims, the Nickies, of course, the Queen Nickies, everything like that, and all the rappers that we're seeing now. On the men's side of things, you know, you might see the Nellies and the Ludas, Three Stacks, Outkast, T.I., Big Boys, you know, Kanye's. Like those are all the people I kind of grew up looking at. And then it's like, you could do that, or I could play ball. I could be Michael Vick, I could be Allen Iverson, or I could be one of them rappers. For you, you could be Missy Elliott, you could be Beyonce, or one of the, you know what I'm saying, one of them entertainers. So for us as black kids to grow up and be like, I want to do something in media. I remember expressing that as a youngin, and people will always be like, oh, that's so different. I remember with my homeboy, he was getting his haircut, and the barber was saying, the reason why I'm so behind this young brother is because I never heard anybody say they wanted to be on ESPN. He said, I never heard someone say they wanted to be a broadcaster, they wanted to do that instead of being on the other side of the field and playing. So I say all of this to say, nowadays, as we seen Cam Newton just get hired by ESPN to be on First Take, and he's on First Take with Shannon Sharp. And nowadays, with the most popular online sports show being Cam and Mace's show, two rappers, it's the most popular. And nowadays, with BET Awards just happened on the BET Hip Hop Awards carpet, Lola Brooke is doing the hosting and doing the interviews. And before then, it was Nori. It seems like even if you want to do something different and be in media, you still have to rap or play ball. So I wanted to ask you about that. What is your perspective on that as, you know, a black person in media, a black young professional in media, of just like, do you feel the pressure of I have to be famous to get an opportunity to be prominent in media?
Oh, that's a good question. Yeah, I think we're definitely in a clout era. And I think right now, I see it from both sides, right? Because I'm also in marketing. People don't know that. But they need, companies, they want the numbers. You know what I'm saying? I get why they use these influencers and these celebrities to do a journalist's job, which is not cool for people that actually went to school for these things. But, they want that instant, ooh, Lola Brooke is gonna be on the carpet. Well, let me tune in. You know what I'm saying? Instead of like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. I feel like, how do I put this? I think the state of media has changed, and that is why. And I think social media is the reason. I think like when we think of like Terrence J and Roxy, who was on 106 in Park, remember like they tried out amongst like I don't know how many people, but it was like a contest. You know what I'm saying? Like it was more exclusive back then. Now anybody can grab their phone. I mean, I'm not no shade to us because we do, but you know what I'm saying? Like we're trained journalists, but just imagine the people that are not. You know what I'm saying? Who just literally put a mic camera up and they just start talking, get to yapping, and that's cool. Hey, voice your opinion, but you stating your opinion is not journalism. Yes, there's opinion journalism, but it's still guidelines that a lot of people do not follow. And it shouldn't be considered media. Like, I think podcast culture is great. But once again, I think a lot of people are pushing narratives or they're pushing information that is simply just incorrect. You know what I'm saying? And I think that has a lot to do with people just there's no guidelines, and it's a tricky thing. And I just want to wrap up here. It's a tricky thing because it's like we want to give people that freedom to create, to express themselves, to be who they are, but at the same time, when does it become a liability? Like, when does it become, how do I say this in the best way possible? Like, I feel like now celebrities aren't even being taken seriously because it's like you can post the right TikTok and then get a brand deal overnight, and then it's like Lotto want to collaborate with you, then you want her music video, and then you drop a single, and now you, hey y'all, I'm on TikTok, stream my new record. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, I don't know, life just doesn't feel like life feels real. What I'm saying is like social media has made life not real. Does it make sense? Like there's no longer this you gotta work to get somewhere. I'm not saying there aren't people out there working to get where they are, because I feel like we are, but I do feel like social media has just blurred the lines a lot. I'll just say that. I don't know if I answered your question, but
No, you did. You did. It was like pretty much like old girl, right? Old girl
Mhm.
was in Nashville, Tennessee, or outside of
Yeah.
SEC football game, or outside of Trump, wherever she was, said, you got a hot tour. And now she got the #1 podcast in America. What is we doing? What
All
is
you
we
need is
talking
one,
about
y'all.
right now?
Remember that. All you need is
What did you say,
one.
Chelsea?
I just say all you need is one. That's all you got.
All you need is one. All you need is one. But here's my thing, right? So right now there's a discussion led by Russ, but other people have jumped in, like Punch from TDE and stuff like that, in the hip hop space, talking about how they miss hip hop journalism. No, you don't. Stop lying. No, you don't. Stop lying. You don't miss no hip hop journalism, because if you miss hip hop journalism, you give the interviews to the hip hop journal.
Not this man ran off the camera.
I
Come on.
got love.
Right.
Listen, Chelsea, I got love for Caribou, KB. Shout out to KB, man. But when Manny Supreme is right there in your backyard and he hosted your first show and he gave you one of your first interviews on Gangsta Grills Radio,
Mhm.
why is the first interview post Yachty going to DDG? And I love DDG. DDG actually went to school. He went to Central, I think he went to Central Michigan University, and he majored in mass media. But guess what?
Mhm.
DDG also dropped out as a sophomore.
Yeah. But okay, I hate to cut you off, but it's like
Go ahead, Chelsea.
I'm not gonna lie. Like, I think I didn't answer your full question. Yeah, I do feel the pressure to not necessarily be famous, but it's like make a name for myself, because I've worked with a media company, a couple of media co- I've worked with a couple of media companies, in my, I guess, journey, post college, whatever. But yeah, it seems like the same story. It's like they either want people that have a name that can make their brand bigger, bring them more eyes, bring them more money, whatever, or they want you just behind the scenes, but you can't be both, is what I'm noticing. I don't know if it may correct me if I'm wrong, but it just seems like,
So
I don't know.
I'll say this. Nadeska recently said this about Speedy Mormon. You know Speedy over there
Yeah.
at yeah. You know Speedy. For those of y'all who don't know Speedy, Speedy's at Complex. He's the one that wears the sweatsuits in his interviews, light skinned brother with the fade. He just interviewed Glorilla. It went viral when he was interviewing Glorilla. He interviewed Joe Biden earlier in the year before Joe Biden had COVID.
Mm.
So shout out Speedy, also been on the channel before. So Speedy, he was venting to Nadeska one time about how he had to become a content creator. He had to start making TikToks, and he had to he had to start doing YouTube vlogs and all of these things. He had to start doing all of those things just to kind of get his name up in journalism, to continue to stay relevant in journalism. And it's
So
like,
they weren't taking him seriously because he was taking the other route.
well, I don't know if I'll say
Wait.
serious. I think it's just a thing of like, in order to stay relevant within the space. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, yes, you work at Complex. Yes, you've been working at Complex for years and been doing interviews for years. But it's
Yeah.
like, if I'm gonna choose between you and Charlemagne, I'm gonna go to Charlemagne because Charlemagne been viral for just
Yeah.
yelling at for having Birdman yell at him 5 years ago. You know, I'd rather go to Charlemagne. Uh or like, because I get it. Like, I just asked a question about Manny Supreme not getting the first Caribou interview post concrete breakup versus DDG. But at the same token, you know, you go to DDG, you're gonna get 300,000 views. It's gonna get clipped up. It's gonna go straight to academics. It's gonna go straight to neighborhood talk. It's gonna go straight to the shade room. So you know what I'm saying. So, like, to your point, like,
Yeah.
DDG gonna get the views. Like, that's what you wanted, right? You want to get your message out to as many people as possible. And if you don't like doing interviews, especially as an artist, that's best. But I think back to an interview that Jen DeLeon, shout out to Jen DeLeon out there, Asian woman, American Asian woman out there in California. She did an interview with Kodak Black when Kodak Black first came out. And it's like Jen probably had like 200, 500 subscribers on YouTube at the time. She did the sit down interview with Kodak Black for 35 minutes. And Kodak was talking about reading. He said, I'm a scholar. I don't know if you remember that. That clip went viral. It was everywhere. He said, I'm a scholar. Kodak Black, I'm a scholar. I read books. I'm a scholar. That interview has like 5 million views, 3 million views on YouTube.
That's crazy.
Jen still, after that interview, only probably has like, I say only, but 20,000 subscribers on YouTube. She's not Charlemagne. She's not these. So these are the things that you can benefit from going to an actual journalist still, if you value hip hop journalism the way you say you do. But you don't. You value clicks. You don't value journalism because the same way that a journalist can help you out by giving you the interview that you wanted to talk about music, and not to ask you about Carisha twerking on Carisha Please, and Boosie saying something about gay people on Instagram Live, or whatever the case, what Blueface and Krishan doing. If you don't want those questions, if you want a legit interview about your music and your career, and relevant questions and a hard hitting questions that's going to get the message that you want to get out and the fans want to hear through you and stuff like that, you can get that through a journalist.
But heavy
That,
on the
go ahead.
hire. Can we talk about that?
Oh yeah. Heavy on the hire as well. 106 in Park. 106 in Park, like you said, you pointed out, that's a great example, because
Yeah.
after Terrence J and Roxy, them jokers fell off because they tried to go Bow Wow. They tried to go Chantel, Shantae May, the singer up in Canada who used to date
Yeah.
Drake back in 2006. They
They're
tried
like,
to go
let's
with all these celebrities, and it's like, your most successful duo. I mean, probably AJ
well,
and
hold
Free.
on.
It
Yeah.
depends on how old you are. If
Yeah.
you a bit older, you're gonna say AJ and Free the most successful. But your second most successful duo out of the 80 people that done hosted 106 in Park in them 20 years of being alive, right?
Oh yeah, Roxy and Terrence J. They stamped themselves and like,
Yeah,
yeah. It's
and
just
they,
I don't
yeah.
go ahead, my bad.
Oh, I was just gonna say they came out of nowhere, like you said. Like, they said,
Yeah.
106 in Park, we're gonna have an audition tape. Terrence J was a student at North Carolina A&T at HBCU.
Mhm.
Roxy, I don't know where Roxy came from. You interviewed Roxy. You talked to Roxy. Where did
Mhm.
Roxy come from when
That's
106 pulled her?
Now she gonna put me. Now she gonna put me on the spot.
Okay, well, I'll
I don't know.
just
I don't
say,
know if we talk much about her background as far as like where she. I just know she just talked about the audition, and yeah, I mean, I just know that she talked more about her experience on the show, just like how she felt like she had to prove herself as a woman, a
yeah.
woman of color in the space of journalism. But I do remember her saying something like she didn't know that that was gonna happen. Like, she just went on the contest and she got it. So yeah,
So say Roxy went to school for journalism, right?
right.
So you got two journalism students that nobody knew. Nobody knew their names. Nobody knew nothing. And BET hired them, developed them, and they became stars, to where post BET, Terrence J on E News, Terrence J in the Tyler Perry movie, Roxy on ABC Good Morning America. Roxy hosting the show with Deion Sanders. Roxy in the movies herself. BET hired and developed stars.
They don't
That's
want to do
what
that.
happened.
Cost too
You
much.
that don't happen anymore. And you know what I'm saying? Like Russ said that, okay, you can sit around and complain that it ain't the way that it used to be, or you can adapt. You gotta adapt in every way. It's like being an artist now. An artist to get on now, you gotta do shoot your little music video and then clip it up and post it on YouTube, post it on Twitter, post it on TikTok and Instagram to promote. I got a single coming out on Friday, and you got to have a celebrity cameo to grab people's attention, or whatever the case, a thirst trap, whatever to catch people's attention,
Thirst trap is
just to go.
crazy. Facts.
So it's like you might not want to do that, but that's what you got to do these days to keep up with the Joneses. So
And it's so sad because even when it comes to rap, like I was listening to some of Dochi's as I was getting ready. Maybe that's why I was late. But anyways, I was listening to I was just listening to some of her music and I'm like, wow, this girl's really versatile. Like she made me want to like I mean, I already, I got stuff, we ain't gonna talk about me. But my point is that I'm like, wow, they like I'm not saying she's not big because she is, but
Malik
I feel like
commented like 3 minutes ago. I'm sorry for cutting you off. Here we go. I'll put it on screen.
gangy. Let's say gangy. Yeah, I ain't eat today, y'all, so forgive me if I'm a little spacey. But what's up, Malik? How you doing? Shout out, shout out. I don't know what I was gonna say. Dang, what was I talking about? Hold on.
You were talking about listening to Dochi's music earlier.
Yes. So I just realized that the labels they just push the same agenda, same like music. And don't get me wrong, I love me some Glow. I love some Megan songs. Pause. I love. I'm just kidding. I love trap music. I love hip hop. You know what I'm saying? I love it. But I just feel like a lot of the artists that are, I don't want to say this the wrong way. When I say truly talented, talent is subjective, right? But I'm talking about them people that, you know what I'm saying, like how it used to be. But I'm not saying these people that, because Glow, she has the most beautiful spirit, and I think she's an inspiration. So I'm happy someone like her is an artist. Do I feel like she's the most talented? Subjective. I think that depends on what you think good rap is. Um, Someone who appreciates more like spoken word or like something more in depth. I don't know if that's a standard I would call talent. Doesn't make, am I? Are you following? Like,
I'm following. I'm following.
I'm not saying they don't have talent. I'm just saying I feel like there's some people that was just born to create, like,
You
and then
saying it's a difference between an artist who might have a slower flow, a more kind of easy kind of 1 2 3 flow versus an artist that can go introspective, that can go fast flow, that can go slow flow, that can go tell a story.
it's yeah, like it doesn't even have to be like it doesn't even have to be a slow vibe. Like it can be like you talking your stuff. Like I think J. Cole's a perfect example of that. He's so versatile to me as a rapper. Like I wouldn't really consider him to be, how do I say this? Like, okay, like he's created like slower records, but he also has like some fast paced records because I think people was trolling him at one point, like, oh, all you do is conscious rap, whatever. And I don't know. I just feel like he's a perfect example because like he has true talent. Like no one can deny that. That man got talent. You know what I'm saying? He can tell a story. He really writes his raps. I'm not saying he's written everything. I don't know. But what we do know is he's written some of his best stuff. And I feel like that's just not a thing anymore. I feel like a lot of these labels, and I guess I'm just tying this because I feel like media is the same, but it's just like I feel like they're just spitting out these famous faces, right? They're just like
Yeah,
taking
no, I hear
shortcuts.
you.
It's like, what about all these people? I guess I don't know what you said that made me talk about this, but I feel like there's so many people out here that are truly talented, truly have the talent, and I know it's about sometimes like the look and stuff too, but it's just like there's people out here that got the look, that got the talent, but they get overlooked, and it's just like, how did this person get famous? that says, you know, 1, 2, 3, you know, hear me, follow me. 1, 2, 3. I'm on Sesame Street. You know, just like something stupid. You know, I know that was really corny.
One,
It's
two, three. I'm
terrible.
on Sesame Street is a classic. I
Whatever.
ain't gonna hold you.
You get what I'm saying? That was terrible. But my point is, that's how basic some of these raps are. It is just kind of, it's just, it made me want to release a mixtape, bro. Cause like, you know what I'm saying? But it's cool.
Is this an exclusive announcement?
It's coming, y'all. It's coming.
Bah, bah,
I'm tired. I want to,
bah.
but it's just like, you know, I don't. Okay, hear me out too. I feel like we don't have a lot of girls that do relationship rap. Correct me if I'm wrong.
No, no, not that many. I feel like Lady London the only one.
And see, the thing is with Lady London, I think she's really dope. Just in case this resurfaces in the future. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. No, I think she's dope. I think I would just love to see her, you know, even go like I think her voice sounds so similar to all her freestyles. And like I would just love to hear her just really like take on a new vibe. But you know, like that, I think that's her vibe. I think she's very intelligent. Like her, like you can tell in her raps that she's very, very smart, that she reads. And I think that's what makes her stand out from a lot of different rappers in the game. Um, just the way she puts words together, I think is like very dope. I think, yeah, I don't see a lot of like female rappers that do a lot of like relationship rap. I mean, you might hear like, I know Amaretta did like the Mr. Right, you know, Glorilla dropped a couple of records, but you know what I'm saying, like that kind of melodic.
You saying like their entire theme is
Yeah,
relationships, kind of like R&B is like their entire theme is relationships,
right.
love.
It's that's kind of like my vibe. I think with me though, and I you know asked, but I don't know. Like my words are more I don't even know if you could say poetic. I would say my vibe is more like spoken word because I almost speak how I feel. So it's like sometimes it could be like I'm like an affirmation thing, but then it could also be like a memory, or it could be like, you know, of course, a double entendre occasionally. Like I don't know, it's very flowy, and it's kind of like it paints a picture, but it's almost like you really got to be like listening, and then you're like, oh, you know what I'm saying? I know that sounds so like basic, but
No, 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 no. I'm here. I'm here. I'm listening.
yeah, that's all. I need to probably eat, but yeah, that's.
No, no, no. You good. You good. I'm gonna ask you how you feel about Mana Leo.
I remember you shared a little bit of that with me. It's a female rapper.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Mana
'cause
Leo, the,
I
the
just
girl
make
from Houston.
I don't be putting faces with people's names, and that's why I don't be knowing who people are, which is terrible. I'm a face person. Um, I think I've okay. No, I know her music, but you know I'm terrible with like off the top of my head. You have to like play something, and I'll be like, oh okay, yeah. I know who you're talking about. I just can't think of a record right now off the top of my head.
Mana
Uh,
Leo. Get off that Don Julio, act the Fulio. Yeah,
oh,
like that. That's her big song. Get off that Don Julio, act the Fulio. This her album.
okay. I have heard of. It's cool. I mean, is that's her main vibe?
No, no, she can rap, but it's like she do like a ratchet style rap. So it's
So
like she can rap, but it's
yeah.
ratchet. So it's
Um.
like a mixture of that. I like that song because it's like catchy, but
Mhm.
she not rapping rap like Leo rap. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Hold on. I'm gonna pull up a freestyle where she rapping to show you like.
I don't know, man.
Like,
I don't know.
could you hear the audio?
Yeah, I'm gonna put y'all there real quick. Sorry, this a little ratchet. I can turn off my cam if that's okay.
All right, all right, all right. I'm
I
about
gotta
to.
eat. Honestly, man.
Oh
I
yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm gonna get you out of here after this. No,
cut the cameras.
you saying no?
Um, I feel a lot of energy. I think she's cool. I don't know. I just maybe it's I'm really listening to the words. And I just
The first part when she
the
said
flow is dope, but yeah, I
when
feel
she
like
said
the
Corbin
verse.
Blue, he could jump in.
That's a little, yeah, that's cute.
Ah!
I mean, it's cute. Like, I'm not even trying to be funny. Like, it's good. Like, that was good. It was just like, yeah, I think that's why I say it. Like, everyone has a different style of rap, and I like the deep shit. That's all. I think
I
she's
feel
dope.
it. I feel it. Well, everybody give it up for Chelsea Alexandra in the
My
building
bad. I'm all
tonight.
cursing on your show.
Oh yes. I appreciate it. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for stopping by.
Of
Uh
course, man. Be great, and I will see y'all next time. Thanks for having me.
where can people follow you?
Oh, I am C Alexandra, DRS on everything for your industry bestie. On TikTok and
All right.
yeah. So follow me. Okay, bye.
Okay, peace. Appreciate it stopping by,
Bye.
Chelsea. Appreciate it stopping by.
Thanks for having me. Bye.
All right, cool. All right, so that was Chelsea Alexandra. Y'all make sure y'all follow her. I did not expect this to go. I was talking about hoop. But anyways, let me get back to it. Since we were talking about music, and that was like a whole thing for an hour. The thing that I'm listening to right now is a rapper named Sameda. Salim Maida. She's out in New York. She's hard. She can rap, bro. She's got the song with Mike. You know who you are. That's like the last song of the album. It was her single and stuff like that. But she can really rap. I'm enjoying her album a lot. Lexa Gates. A lot of people are talking about her album. They say she's one of those real hip hop artists as well. I'm trying to wait to see to pull up who else we have because we have a few folks in here that are dropping. A label sent me Quando Rondo's album. I don't know if it came out today. Tisa Korean came out last week. Pretty fun album. The usual from Tisa, things of that sort. Who else? Tia Kareem dropped a snippet last week that I really, really enjoyed. I'm looking forward to that full thing coming out. But yeah, the song Meta, her album is called Wooden Floors, and it's one of my favorite albums that came out this year. Dishes, the song Dishes is hard. One of my favorite songs out recently. Glorilla released last week. Y'all know the Glorious album. I'm listening to that Leo a lot. I've been listening to Key because Key's coming out with So Emotional too in a second. So I'm listening to that. Anybody else who I'm listening to that I want to shout out? Shout out 404 Chew. Summer Walker just released her new single. You guys saw that. Let me see. Lady London, as we spoke, just dropped new joint. I'm going through my Evo right now just to see. Laura Sko just released something. Shout out Laura Sko. Day Money. I believe Day Money just dropped something. Oh, Snoop Dogg. Snoop Dogg dropped something. He dropped Happy Birthday. Shout out to Uncle Snoop, man. Is there anybody else that I want to shout out before we get out of here? Ilham just dropped. Shout out to Ilham. I'm literally just reading my thing. Flex Santra just dropped. Shout out to Santra. Nappy Roots just dropped. Shout out Nappy Roots, the legendary hip hop group. And yeah, I think I'm gonna wrap it up at that. But I appreciate y'all for stopping by so much tonight. Thank you, Chelsea, for stopping by and blessing the show with about an hour of your time. Rest in peace, Amir Abdul Rahim. They call me Unc, but it's okay to be Unc. It beats the other thing. And yeah, man, that's all I want to say. I just want to say take care of yourselves. I appreciate y'all so much. And yeah, anything else? I got one person in here watching. So if you want to say anything, this is your 2 seconds to get it in because I'm about to sign off, man. I'm about to call it a night. Okay, they're off. All right, y'all. Until next time, it's 2 a.m. over here in Atlanta. Y'all be easy. Y'all be safe. And peace.
That steps for losers, man. I don't get involved in that stuff, but
Angel Rashad Milligan rolling out.
Yeah, we can't ask Rashad a question.
Hey, Rashad.